Hey everyone, this is Bowser Jr., and today I'm going to be talking about the new Matrix film that came out, Matrix Resurrection. Now, this is actually going to be a spoiler free review. I'm not going to spoil anything, okay? So, if you actually didn't see the movie, then go check it out, okay? So, anyway, what are my thoughts on the new Matrix film? Well, this film is freaking awesome. I mean it. This film has got to be the most coolest film I think I've ever seen in years. Like, awesome acting, awesome story, and freaking awesome special effects. Like, this film is a freaking A plus 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 right there. Like, it is so freaking darn epic, and I just freaking recommend everything about this movie, okay? I just freaking recommend this, okay? All right, it's just freaking awesome, okay? So before I actually got to see this movie, when the film came out, I swear there are so freaking negative reviews on this. Like seriously, like just look at the reviews, and also look at freaking Hack the Movies like review on this. I'm pretty sure it's still premiering the time I'm making this. But oh my god, like these freaking reviews are criminal, like so freaking darn criminal. And not just that, for a film that has a perfect score on Rotten Tomatoes. Look at the score. Like this is a perfect decent score. Like not a fresh on Rotten Tomatoes type of score, but a decent score. Like at least it's a decent score. At least it's not a splatter or maybe like a 50 or something, but still at least it's better than nothing, right? This whole thing reminds me of Halloween Kills, aka the best slasher film I ever saw this year. Like it was so epic, but then oh, guess what? There were a lot of negatives. Lots of freaking darn negative reviews. Like, and I'm still freaking mad at these negative reviews. Like, seriously, like, what the frick kind of reviews are these? Like, I know a lot of people have opinions. I understand. But usually I don't. Like, for example, Force Awakens, I see less hates on Force Awakens. Like, I see, like, Leslie hates on it. But besides that, like, there were loads of freaking good reviews. But here, it's a complete opposite. Like, it is just so freaking darn criminal. Ugh. Like, I just really don't like when I actually see a film that I so loved, but everyone hates. I hate when that happens, like, a lot. Okay, so let's get all the negatives out of the way, and let's talk about why in the world The Matrix Resurrection is by far the best thing ever made. Like, why is it freaking awesome? Number one, the story. So while they were making this awesome film, I was actually trying to think what the world this movie was going to be about. Like, first I was thinking it could be a sequel to the original and ignore all the sequels. Or it could be a sequel to Reloaded and basically answer the questions that we definitely want to see ever since we saw Reloaded. Because since Revelation actually didn't actually answer those questions. But still a good movie, but still, they could have answered the questions that we wanted. But nope. Guess what? Holy freaking crap. We were wrong. I was wrong. This is a sequel to Revelations. I didn't even know how in the world they were going to do this. Like I said, Revelations is not a bad movie. Like, yes, Suri actually had some um unanswered questions that we basically wanted to see ever since we saw Reloaded. But still, it actually had a decent, perfect ending to the trilogy. Like, it was a really decent ending, actually. And not just that, a very cool, also final battle between Neo and Agent Smith. It was a cool ending. So how in the world are they going to freaking like continue it? But it did, and what they actually did is really interesting. So first thing I need to say, it opens up with basically a remake to the opening of the original. So I'm not gonna lie, it's a nice touch. And that's one thing you definitely need to know about this movie. Resurrection is basically The Matrix Reloaded, and The Matrix Revelations all in one movie. It's basically that. But in my opinion, I think that's basically what I like about it. That's one of the reasons why. it's basically celebrating the Matrix and why it makes it so special. Like, why is it so awesome? When you see Neo for the very first time, apparently he's a freaking game designer, and apparently, what? The freaking Matrix movies apparently is in this universe? What the heck? It's breaking the fourth wall? What? I was so freaking confused with that. I was like, why is it breaking the fourth wall? Even they mentioned the Matrix 4. Holy freaking crap. But don't worry, I actually promise you, they explained everything about this movie. They explained basically what's going on and what's with all the references. But don't worry, I promise you, you won't be confused anymore. I promise you. Now, one of the complaints I actually have found out is Yesuri, it's really true. Morpheus and Agent Smith are not played by the same actors. I'm pretty sure you might know because if you've seen the trailer. But Yesuri is true. Morpheus and Agent Smith are not the same actors. They're not played by the same people. Instead of Martin Lawrence as Morpheus, instead it's Mahanya Abdul Mateen II. Sorry if I didn't pronounce the name correctly. I'm sorry. And for Agent Smith, it's Jonathan Groff. And not gonna lie, I thought these two guys actually did a really good job. Yeah, I actually found these guys really entertaining, actually. I actually do like Agent Smith in this. I actually like how they actually did with them, actually. I like how he actually does not even remember who he is until when Morpheus actually has some kind of battle. He actually picks up a gun and he literally remembers everything. And then he looks at Neo and literally said the most quotable line in every single Matrix films. Mr. Anderson! That right there was so freaking awesome. Even though it's not Hugo Weaving, still this guy does the job. He really does the freaking best job ever. And yeah, I don't have no complaints. Jonathan Groff does really good as Agent Smith. Still, Hugo Weaving does it better, but still, this guy does a pretty decent, respectable job. And like the first three, Neo is by far the best part about this series. I'm really happy that Keanu Reeves came back on this iconic role because nobody can replace him. No one. No one could definitely be as better as freaking Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves is the man. He is freaking John Wick. He freaking saved a bunch of civilians on a bus and basically go against with freaking Dennis Hopper and Speed. Yeah, remember that movie? That was the movie that basically started his action roles. Trinity is really interesting in this movie because one, you don't see her that much in the movie. You don't really see her. You see her Leslie in this film. And not just that, her memory is wiped. And apparently now she has a family. And it's really painful for Neo because you gotta know, Neo and Trinity are the best couples ever. Right? They were basically great, awesome couples. They were freaking epic as freaking dark couples. And you're just waiting and waiting for this moment to happen. You're just waiting for Trinity to get her memories back and just basically kick butt just like old times. And when it does, it is freaking awesome. I'm really happy that Carrie-Anne Moss also returns as Trinity. I'm really happy because like I said for Keanu, nothing can replace Carrie-Anne Moss. Now, I could talk about the rest of the characters, but I do not want to make this video longer, so let's talk about the third thing I love about this movie, the action. Holy crap, the action is amazing, and the fight choreographed is awesome. It's so freaking epic. And here's another thing why people freaking do not like about this movie. Another freaking big complaint that literally freaking annoyed me to death. And that, of course, is apparently they think the choreograph is great, but they think the camera angles with the shaky cams are just awful. Are you kidding me? It's not that bad. It's not bad at all. It's actually really, really well done. I found it really epic and amazing. It's awesome. I just don't understand. What's the big deal about the action and, the cinematography? It's really awesome. But the biggest action, in my opinion, it's gotta be the motorcycle chase. Holy crap, actually. Like, I definitely love the motorcycle chase in Reloaded, but this one is also epic as well. Like, seriously, like, it is so awesome, actually. And a matter of fact, they actually shot that in freaking San Francisco. Like, no joke, like, all the footages that you're seeing right now are actually from San Francisco. And this was filmed before COVID started. So yeah, guys, Matrix Resurrection is a really cool movie. It's actually the most coolest film I think I've ever seen in my freaking entire life. Like, screw the haters, screw the critics, screw basically all that bad stuff that people basically been saying about this movie. This movie is freaking worth it, okay? It is freaking darn worth it, alright? This is Bowser Jr. signing out.